Good morning, guys. How are you? Hope you're all right. So next day, I was at my cousin's now overnight. He picked me up later on in the evening yesterday, and I stayed with him. So we had a very long chat. So we stayed up until the early hours, and it's now about 7 in the morning, so I'm feeling a bit tired, but doesn't matter. We have a long day planned. I'm trying to find now the train back to Linz. We're going to the main capital of Upper Austria. I will show you around in Linz a little bit. I've been there before, but not really for sightseeing stuff, so we'll see. And then there's a sort of a little fringe festival on the streets there with artists and stuff. So he will join me in the afternoon. I will meet up for my auntie for lunch. And well, I will show you what's going on in Linz, and that's it. So I try to find now the train. Hello, Linz. So after a bit of walking, we found the first thing we want to see. We have the dome, the Cathedral of Linz. There seems to be a bit of entertainment going on with classic at the cathedral, so maybe a classic concert or a theater or something. So let's see where we can go inside. It's a quite huge space for a concert. Pretty cool. So here we are now at the front and main entrance. Seems to be open, so we'll have a look inside in a moment. But first, a look on the outside. The new part of the dome was built in 1862 and it lasts until today. So I think we can say this is a beautiful cathedral. It reminds me very strongly of a cathedral in Vienna, but I can't put my finger on it, which one it is. Unfortunately, the crypta is not open yet. It's just open late in the afternoon, so I have to see if I can come back and have a look into this one. But well, yeah, let's go on into the city center. On the opposite side of the dome, we have this beauty here. So this is a monastery dating back to 1710. I think we're coming now into the city center. This looks like another interesting building we want to see probably. So guys, we reached the city center. This is now one of the main streets. We will walk up and down. As you can see, we have even more churches here or monasteries, and we will go into this one next, and then we will go down to the Danube. The building goes back to 1669, and I'm quite surprised how many people were in there at about just 10 to 10. So That's quite cool. Here you get traditional Austrian food. Now this here was a nunnery going back to 1679. So this is now really the heart of Linz. You even have a sightseeing train here, a little choo-choo train, which is quite lovely. That's the end of the street. There is a bridge going over the Danube, and this is where we will go now. And then we have a look into the tents. Looks like a market. Maybe you've heard from a man called Johannes Kepler once. This is where he lived for a couple of years here in Linz. This was his house. So this is now our Pestsäule, a tower commemorating the plague, which you can find in every town and city and village here in Austria. It's a lovely wee market with a lot of local stuff, cheese and fruits and sausages and stuff. I thought I could go into the University of Art, see what's happening there. Well, this is the end of the street. Yeah, but in this direction we have the Danube. So I suggest let's go into this direction. And here we have our wild beauty, our Danube. We are on the way now to find the Schloss museum, the castle museum. I don't think it's a real castle, but the museum sounds interesting. I think we're getting closer. We're getting even closer. I guess we're not that far away anymore. I think we finally found it. In this museum we will see some leftovers found during the excavations going back to the Neolithic age and the Roman times. So let's have a look. So it seems the original castle goes back to 1205 to 1206 because it was then acquired by the Babenberg Duke Leopold VI. Which means it must be a little bit older than that. There's a wee restaurant with the museum, and I walked until the end of it, and I found this fantastic view. Straight on the Danube, and then here over the city center. So we've seen already the yellow one, and the green one, the in the middle one, and the dome. A big fire broke out in Linz, and this here is a model before the fire broke out from exactly 1800. So the first section is about technology. So this is an old post carriage. You even see the double-headed eagle here. This one was built in 1876, last ride was in 1917, and there were regulations for those kind of coaches. They had to be very comfortable inside, and they also had to be ready for the winter, as you can see, like looking like a sled. So this is how one of them looked like. This is a model of a ship called Trauner. They were only made for one ride. They brought the salt down to Vienna, and then they were chopped up and burned. We are now in the castle wings. This is a kind of typical room. A farmer's room, how they looked like. Even my grandparents had one of those rooms in their house. We never used the living room, we always used the Bauernstube, as it called, the farmer's room. Beautiful colored chest. A bedroom in an old farmer's house. The cupboard are even painted on the inside. The fashion from the 18th and 19th century. Old shoes, new shoes. This here is a very interesting stove, and why not? And now we're going to see a recreation, a reproduction of an old farmhouse. So guys, I have not much time left until I have to go to meet with my auntie for lunch. This is why we're just running through a little bit. It's much bigger than expected, to be honest. So next time when we come again, we'll need a little bit more time. A couple of statues from the medieval ages. I'm running through like mad now just to see the rest of it, but it's really not enough time, and I've been here for about nearly 2 hours already. Couple of tournament lances. And here the Baroque hall. That looks a little bit brutal. And with those weapons and him, we say goodbye to the Castle Museum. So guys, I had my lunch now with my auntie. I'm walking back to the train station to pick up my cousins. Plural, there are 2 of them coming, which is fantastic. And then we will walk back, and then we will have a look at the Fringe, or the Pflasterspektakel as it's called here in Krems. There's a bit of thunder going on the sky. A couple of raindrops are there, but let's hope for the best. So guys, it's us now with most of the festival. We are off away now for a drink, and then in about 2 hours time we have to take the train back to our homes. So let's go for the drink now. So because we're on the Danube, of course you can also take the boat, the Viking Valhalla or something. But we are going now into the beach bar. So guys, this was our cocktail hour now. We are on the way to the train to say goodbye to Linz. It was a fantastic day. I had my cousin here with me, which was fantastic. He's laughing. Just doesn't want to be on the video. No comment. So this is Linz. This was also the Fringe Festival of Linz. That's us, and off we go. Bye bye.